Hello, 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 world. We want to welcome you back for another week, another episode of I Am Woe Podcast. I'm your host, Dwayne Sutton, aka Woe. Got my brother DT in the building with me. What up, Kim Folk?
Happy Black History Month, people.
Already speaking of Black history, let me introduce Sid first. Cole, what's up, baby?
Nothing much. Nothing much.
Sitting comfortably on the couch, the blend master.
You cannot see me. I am blended.
Shut up.
Oh man, but no, speaking of Black history, you understand it is going down around here. ATL, y'all probably watching it. If you're not watching us, you're probably watching the Grammys. And we're gonna go ahead and do for you if you've been hiding in case you've been hiding under a rock. Best rap out. Listen, you can call Killer Mike a lot of things. Activist, philanthropist. You can call him a businessman. You can call him a member of the Dungeon family. That's right, we DF. You can call that man a menace with microphone. You can call him Grammy nominated, but damn sure make sure you add to the resume Grammy Award winner. Best rap album. DT, how you feeling about that, bro?
I told y'all. And not just best rap album. He also won best rap singer, scientists and engineers. He also won best rap performance for scientists and engineers. Yeah, I told y'all that man had the best rap album, not just last year, but very possibly for the last 5 years. He put out the best body of work I've heard in a very long time.
Very long time. Very, very long time. But now, man, all praises to the most high for that man, that work that went into it. And I ain't gonna even lie to you, it does help that when your lead single consider what we consider to be the greatest of all time when it comes to busting the rhymes, and that it would be 1-3 Stacks himself. Now, anything really going like that, want to make sure everybody knows. Download the BWNC radio app.
Speaking of Black History Month.
Yeah, speaking of Black history. Yeah. Black with no chaser. That's right. Your people, our people, my people have our own radio app. And if you say you support your folk, don't just say it, do it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Download the app today. Come for the dope podcast and stay for some dope music. I'm telling you right now, you will not be disappointed.
Might be a little thrown off.
Hey, we was vibing to it last night. I ain't gonna lie to you. They had a moment though. We was just jamming. They had some nice little chill vibes going, some nice little R&B playing, and then out of nowhere, you just heard, "This is not up to game." I was like, "Whoa, where did DMX come from?"
Wait a minute, Jesus.
Oh man. But no, man, it was dope though. I didn't realize the time transition.
Yeah.
So they was like, all right, the R&B hour's up. It's time to get back to business. But now, download the app today, man. Shout out to my people, man. Tyson Jackson, CJ Lawrence, Seeker. And then, of course, I got a man who's music behind I Am More Media Group, Dollar Black. By the way, he is in album mode, and goddamn it, Dollar is hungry. So keep your eyes and ears peeled, man. Now, let's get things started. Coach, you know how we get down around here. How the hell are you?
I'm here. Yeah, shit. Just gearing up for 7-on-7 season and working, and hopefully some cake orders come in so I can stack some paper. That's about
I
it.
like the sound of that, stacking paper. Stacking paper is always good.
Yeah, not the bills, but
man, look here.
dollar bills.
Fuck these bills.
Oh, fuck them, really. Fuck them with
But
no.
they steady be coming, man. Yeah. Then I can't trip, man. You know, I say God is good. We in position to even pay the bills. So it could be worse.
Could be better. Could be better. Could be a whole lot better. Could be splitting them. Could be splitting them. Shit. Okay.
It could. It could.
I'm sorry. Could win the league.
DT, how the hell you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I got a big week coming up. I say it now because by the time even the sports show rolls around, it'll be gone. So to a young man I call my nephew, Cash Watkins. His senior night will be Tuesday. I will be in attendance for that.
She's a senior.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
It's his senior year. So like I said, I'll be in attendance for that. But you know, taking everything a day at a time. But I'm good. I'm good.
There you go. There you go. I ain't gonna lie to you, with the past week that we've had, man. Let me just first and foremost say, to God be the glory for the things that He has done. Mentally, it has been a tough week, a trying week, an exhausting week. But all praise to the Most High. He never left us.
Amen.
I want to encourage parents to know what the hell's going on in your kids' lives.
Please, Lord.
Like, for real. 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, there is no such thing as privacy. Unless you're just getting dressed. But you don't have no damn privacy. Your door is my door. Your room. I say that because there's been some nonsense that is going on, and it is our children. Gun violence isn't just adults being stupid. Our kids have access to these guns. We got to figure out
how,
why, and how to stop this. But it can't keep going down like this. Well, kids are going to be setting themselves up to lose their lives, and cost others their lives, because we aren't taking the time to invade our children's privacy. We would rather be there than their parents. You can't do that. You can't do it. Not if we want to raise good human beings. You gonna say you want some privacy? Go get your own. Privacy comes with your own address. Privacy comes with your own bills.
Yep.
But now your life is mine. I'm responsible for it. But now I ain't gonna harp on that point too much, man. I just want to send a shout out, man, to the kids over at McKeachton High School. I pray that the counselor is on deck to make sure everything's okay. There was a small incident there. No one lost their lives. There was no life-threatening injuries, but there were some knuckleheads. There were 2 guns involved, and 2 people were shot. 1 kid to another. So anyway, but for the kids who they don't, you hear about it, but you don't really believe it could be your school. It could be us until it is. And mentally, that's a lot for these children. Yeah. So on the flip side of all that, check in with your children to make sure they're all right, because that's a lot to deal with. But anyway, we got to get this thing popping, man. We got a nice show for y'all. We getting back to the basics around here. This is season 7. And I'm gonna do this real quick before we go even further. To you, Kales, and even our new guy J.E., I'm gonna send a happy birthday out to the Underground Sports Kings. February 2nd, we made 4. I'll never forget it, because we were supposed to start the show January 26, 2020. And if you're a real sports fan, you know what happened that day. And it was like, ain't no way I could do a show that day. Kobe, I mean, you don't know.
You said real
He ain't a
sports
real
fans.
sports
I'm
fan.
sorry. Yeah, it's like
I
you
get
said
it.
real sports fan.
No,
I'm not.
that was the day we lost Kobe and G. Bryant
Oh, okay.
and,
Well, you
and,
should
and
have
the
said
many
that.
others that were on that helicopter with him.
Yeah.
But there
Okay.
was no way in the world we could have started show that day. So I said we'll push it back a week. And of course, the week made February 2nd, 2020, which is also the day before my father's birthday. So I want to give a shout out to Pops, whose birthday was yesterday, 62 years. I had discussions with DT about this one. As a man, was one of the biggest things that we learned from our fathers. And I think we can mutually agree. Showing up is everything.
Yep.
Because it still doesn't add up how in the world our fathers were able to for everything we were involved in. Like if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, you were playing all the sports. It wasn't just one. We played all. And then even for DT, his stuff went year round. When he did transition to one sport. So but it never sees me. Every time I look up, he was right there, engaged, had advice for me, little tidbits to drop to me, man. So that's the biggest thing for me when it comes to my father. But shout out to him at 62 years of age. And damn, man, you holding it down too. Pop don't look 62. I mean,
They
other than the
none
white.
with their age. Parents get on my nerves
Huh?
with that. I said parents don't ever look their age. They get on my nerves with that. Well, our parents.
Hey man, black don't crack. What you talking about?
I know my mama look good for 61, baby.
Better tell them hold it down, shit. Black do not crack. But anyway, man, we got to get things popping. Let's get the ball rolling here. I want to start off with this part first. Cole.
No.
Okay, fine. DT. See, if you ain't gonna cooperate, you must not know how I get down, baby. I ain't gotta beg nobody to cooperate with me.
I'm listening.
Be like, all right, cool. Moving on. All right. What advice would you give your 18-year-old self?
Oh yeah. I mean, when we talked about this, I said I would tell my 18-year-old self to love yourself. I don't feel like when I was 18, I actually truly loved myself. I was always looking for validation from other people. And it was because I was always told I wasn't pretty, I wasn't smart enough, I wasn't enough. So I would tell myself, you are enough and just love yourself. Took me a while to learn that.
Who lied to you?
You'd be amazed how many people did not like me for just because
I ain't gonna you trip, Cordy. Liking you and lying to you are two different things. I mean, like it. I mean, you don't like me. I don't care. But what you're not gonna do is lie to me and make me believe bullshit. Somebody lied to you and you believed it.
I mean, I was not. I'm not even gonna lie. I was naive. Like I literally didn't know I was pretty, or that people would like me for real until I got into high school. And it made me nervous because I'm like, why are they talking to me? No, I'm not. Like I used to could not take compliments. Like I was like, thanks. Like I was nervous because when people would say something to me, oh, she thinks she all that. You just like, it was, I could never win. It was either I was too full of myself or I wasn't thankful enough. Like it was just a lot. So I had to learn that. And people be like, oh, whatever, you're like that whole light skin syndrome where they swear to God, light skinned girls think they're better or they're bougie and all this stuff. I didn't see myself in that regard. I used to pray that I wasn't this color that I was. I wanted to be my sister's color because I was like, I thought her skin color was beautiful and it made her better. I just was never treated like like that. So I had to learn to love myself, and that's why I don't give a fuck what nobody say now. Bitch, I'm pretty and I'm fucking smart. Play with it if you want to.
Blessings on that. I hate it took you a while to do, but at least you did figure it out. I'll give you that much.
Yeah.
Because I know that's heavy, bro. That's heavy.
Sorry. Like, sorry.
No, not like in a bad way. I mean, like it's just I know that can be self something, man, that affects a lot of our kids, and we grew up in an era where it wasn't a lot of us who knew how to deal with it. We didn't learn how to deal with a lot of things. We had to figure out a lot of stuff for ourselves.
Yeah.
But I commend you for putting in the work to getting that done.
Yeah.
And
Because when you don't
understanding
love
that
yourself, you'll
those
fall for
motherfuckers lied to you.
a lot. But you know, that's another thing, actually. Like when you don't love yourself or don't know that you're enough, you will fall for a lot of bullshit. You will
That's
fall.
true.
I was naive and fell for a lot of stuff. I got played bad by even in friendships too. So
That is true. And I'm glad you have worked past that. I do think we need to slide over here. DT, 18-year-old Derek is in front of you. What are you telling him?
What's funny is I can say this because I graduated when I was 17. And I've often said that if I knew in high school what I know now, I got kicked out of school. So
probably so.
not probably. Oh, I would have got kicked out of school. So 18, I can say, know thyself. Like truly, truly know thyself. Know your history. Know
Your roots.
know the truth. All of those things actually are a makeup of what I am now, what I know now, and what I continue to still search for now. Um, and because of it, um, I can honestly say, there has been a change in the way I see things, the way I view things, the way I operate, even the way I teach, even the way I teach my kids, the things that I teach my kids. Um, all of that has things like that, and I would venture to say that for those who grew up a lot like I did, the hardest thing is to turn away from something you basically were your entire life. That's a very, but I often say, which is a kind of an old saying, but if you know better, you'll do better. If you
Yep.
do better, you'll be better.
Yep.
Amen.
Facts. I love that. And the key to making any kind of successful thing is knowing who you are and where you came from, knowing your history. I've always said that to my kids. Can't know where you're going until you know where you're being. Period.
It's hard to know where we've been with all the lies.
I mean, because otherwise, then history will repeat itself because y'all gonna swear up and down, and that could also be that whole Christopher Columbus syndrome too. But they'll swear up and down that they the first to do stuff, but you don't know the history, baby. That been going on. That ain't nothing new, and you done wasted years of your life doing something that you think is monumental, is historical. Nah, you'd have known you 60, 70, 80 years behind the times. but you didn't bother to learn about who you are, where you come from. But anyway, that's for another story, man. I would tell myself life is meant to be lived.
That's a good one.
I made some very adult decisions at 18, and it put me in a box, and I didn't realize it until it was too late. And I limited myself from being able to really truly live your life because I was so determined to grow up fast. Because I thought that that's what I was supposed to do, was, grow up and take responsibility for things. You don't have to take on the world at 18, bro. You do not have to. It's okay to be selfish at 18, because you really are still figuring out who you are now as a man, as a woman. You still figuring out. You're just now starting to even ask the right questions about yourself. And again, so I didn't learn those things until it was too late. So I would definitely tell my 18-year-old self, life is meant to be lived. Have fun, laugh, and enjoy yourself as much as you can, because the older you get, those laughs come far and few in between,
Oh, yes, Lord.
Life gets way more serious the older you get. So do it while you can. Have all the fun while you can. But it was my course. It was my journey. I'm not gonna say I have regrets about it, but I would definitely advise myself not to just take it so seriously. Like, just live. Because we did have a point of a discussion. I said, man, I don't think they've ever been ready or truly prepared themselves. If, because I'm from Mississippi, but the closest kinfolk I got, Derek, Mike, Marcus. And what if all four of us had been in the same area at the same time, free to live life?
That city would have been in trouble.
Hey, man, I'm just saying.
Might be a little bit more bloodline running around if y'all were able to do that. No. No. Would have had a lot of cousins.
I'm gonna leave that right where it's at. I'm gonna let that one go. But nah, ask yourself as you're watching this, and even after we wrap from here, take the time to really ask yourself, like, if the 18-year-old version of me was in front of me, what advice would I give myself? Not just changing anything, but what advice would you give yourself that you didn't get when you were 18?
Yeah.
Anyway, on this next one, we call it being burnt out. The hell you mean, Whoa?
Story of my life.
Now what you think? It is, but it's not. Y'all stay with me. Got a little video, little clip.
I think people are burnt out, and I think a part of the problem is that most people don't acknowledge it. Most people continue to go out there tired. Most people continue to go out there hurt. Most people continue to go out there ready to receive some and don't acknowledge that they've actually been adversely affected by what they experience in the dating world. Like, it's okay to sometimes to acknowledge, like, hey, I'm low key bitter as fuck right now. Like, I need to I need to stay in the house, like, bro, because I don't. It's been some points in my life I'll keep it G. Like, I get all this high praise now. No, I was definitely a bitter nigga, bro. Like, I had to go through that. Like, a couple women hurt me. My mama had hurt me, and it was easier to just point at the women than it was to point at myself. You feel me? So I was out here telling women what they should be and telling women that they wasn't. You feel me? Like, it was easier to do that. And when you hear these questions again, where you can clearly tell that a person is jaded, bro, and it's okay to get like that sometimes. If you around for so long, yeah, you gonna stink. Like, it happens, bro. Like, it might not have been you that pissed in the pool, but if it was piss in the pool and you was in the pool, my nigga, like, you pissy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck if that's a Gucci bathing suit. I don't give a fuck if you got the Sergio Tashini tracksuit to put on after you get out the pool. My nigga, like, you pissy. Like, and sometimes we need to just hit the showers.
So yeah, I'm gonna go heads up. It's gonna be a little. We got a few clips from tonight's conversation, but it's really just from different episodes. But I feel like we just need to drop our 2 cents on. But I wanted to get in here on this whole thing about being burnt out because there are a lot of people who are trying to do things, connections, trying to get into the dating, and you ain't ready. Your life has really thrown you a curveball, and instead of actually getting yourself together, dealing with your shit, dealing with your problems or whatever, you say, man, well, I guess I just got to keep trying. And when you're not headspace, I think you actually make things worse for everybody. Because you, like he said, will not acknowledge I'm burnt the fuck out. Like I ain't got it in me right now. DT Jones.
Well, two things. One, to speak to it from a standpoint of what he said in the beginning of just how you get burnt out and you go out there to continue to try to make stuff happen or whatever. I can personally speak to that outside of the dating part, but just that part in itself, because the crazy thing is, as a man, that's kind of the way we feel like we're supposed to be. Like, I'm just tired. I have a saying which some people actually don't like, but I always say, tired ain't never paid a bill. Sick don't get shit done. So if I'm tired, all right, life goes on. You'll be all right. And get some coffee. You straight. That's my mindset. I don't care how people look at it, what they might say about it. I have a family to take care of, and I know for a fact that while I'm out trying to financially take care of my family, my wife got 3 kids with her at all times. What she can't do is walk away and say, I'm tired. Because guess what? DJ still got to eat. Serenity is still a butthole.
Man, don't talk about my baby like that, bro.
I want to say, don't talk about my best friend.
Fix your face. I don't care. She's a butthole.
She's so.
Yes, she is. She's a butthole. And Destiny still want all the attention you can possibly give her. So because I know I can't walk away and just I'm tired, I'm finished for the day. Well, who am I to walk away and say I'm tired, I'm finished for the day? That ain't how it works. Now, the flip side to that is I can go to as me and you was talking about last night. I can go back to 2004. Well, I'm sorry, 2005 to 2006, and say, he ain't lying. When you do, speaking for myself, when you do some of the stuff that I did just after, in the quote unquote dating world, yeah, you can mess people up like that. Like, we talked about this last week. Me and Wo just talked about it last night. Men, when they get that next year, 2 years, whatever, those are very critical moments, and how they respond to that hurt sometimes is damaging. And my response to the hurt was savagely ridiculous, like really, really savagely ridiculous. So yeah. Like he said, even if you're not the one that pissed in the pool, man, you in there. You nasty too. You are nasty too. And I can't tell people the amount of women that I'm pretty sure in that year and a half or whatever of me being single. Yeah. Probably damage a few of them.
Appreciate you owning it. A lot of people are afraid to do such a thing. It takes a real one to be able to say, you know what, it was me. I messed up. I wasn't ready. I should have sat this one out. And I jumped out there and I did some things. And not only did I hurt myself, but I hurt other folks around.
I hurt himself though. But yeah.
I mean, but sometimes you can hurt yourself.
Yes, you can.
You can.
I did.
Because here's the thing, even backing up to what you said about the whole, just even if we're not talking about relationship, you talking about just being a man, period, and saying having to push forward. See, here's the thing. So that's the equivalent of saying I see the gas light on in my car. I ain't got time to stop. I got to keep going. I'm on a schedule. I have to keep going. You can't afford for this car to run out of gas. That's what you can't afford. You think you ain't got time to stop. You cannot afford for this car to run gas. You have to refuel, recharge, get yourself together. You have to. Because ultimately, you're going to run out of juice, and that's going to be it. You're going to be sidelined way longer than it would have taken you if you just stopped to just get your shit together for a minute. Quick minute. Feel me? So, we have got to learn it. I have learned it. That's where a man has learning to show himself some grace. As much as I'm going to push myself, beat myself, force myself to get this done, I can't afford to just not. I have to make sure I rejuvenate, replenish, get my fluids, recharge my battery. I have to do these things. It's a must. Or else you're going to let yourself and everybody else who depended on you down. Courtney, jump in here. Being burnt out.
I mean, wow. That's crazy. I've probably been caught in the trail of some of those people that have been burnt out that should have just sat down. But yeah, I knew from when, like, on the relationship aspect, like when I got hurt, I knew I wasn't going to be worth nothing to anybody. So I sat on the sidelines for a long time. And I still kind of have myself on the sidelines because of what I see going on. And even just as a like everyday life, there's no getting to be tired. Like Derek say, like I might be mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually tired, but I can't. Like, what I'm gonna do? I don't have nobody to tag in.
You don't have nobody with.
I don't have nobody to tag in, like to help out, like with if I can't pay a bill. Like if I don't go to work, bills ain't paid. If I don't do this, shit ain't done. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just do it. And I'll get my rest when it's time. So that's just what I look forward to. But yeah, I've been burnt out a lot. Like, but I learned to just keep it pushing and take myself off of that because I don't want to ever hurt nobody. Like, I don't ever want to hurt nobody because that hurt when you're not right and you put yourself in a situation with somebody else, it causes a lot of damage, self-esteem issues, emotionally, you don't be right in the head sometimes, and you can fuck up somebody really bad, and it's just causing a ripple effect. And I mean, that shit can happen even with your kids. Like the damage
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah, the damage that I don't even see that I probably caused.
I'm so glad you said that. Because I want to tag in real quick and just say this. That's the part that I don't think we understand. When we're burnt out, it isn't necessarily the co-workers. It isn't necessarily your significant others. Sometimes the people who can be your key. Because when you burnt out, you fed up with everybody, the world, everything. You don't have much patience for too much of anything. Sometimes hearing that extra mama will be just enough to push you over the edge. Mama, they won't live. Blow. because you didn't recharge. Daddy, oh, why they keep messing with Daddy? Don't help me with my homework. Daddy, what color is the rainbow? Like, who gonna suffer the most could definitely be your child. Could be yours. They didn't do anything to earn it. They didn't put you in that position. Truth is, you put yourself in that position.
Mm-hmm.
Reap
Mm-hmm.
the burdens of it. So that's why I said I get it. I promise I get it. I get it. I understand you have to go. And that's why I want to come back to what Ross said. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes excuse me, it's not always an option to just push through it. It's just not. It's not always, that's not always your best option. I have to keep going. I have to push through. The tank is empty. The tank is empty. That's it.
Get your ass out and walk.
It ain't gonna just magically refill.
Let's see, I'll say this. Especially basically to what Ross is saying, you know, I understand sometimes you can't. And honestly, I've learned to run my life a lot like damn near like a college kid. I remember being in college, knowing, okay, it's Monday, I got such and such to do or whatever. I don't really get no money till Friday. Gas tank on E. I know I can't fill it up all the way, but if I spend $20 right now, that'll probably get me to about Wednesday or Thursday. And that gas station around the corner, if I credit the gas, it don't actually come out till like 2 days later. So I can put $20 worth of gas in it right now. That'd get me till Wednesday, and then Wednesday night go and credit the gas that won't come out until Friday or Saturday. I had the money for it, then I'm cool. Literally, that's how stuff get done. I might not have time to sit down and just decompress completely. I might not have time to get 8 hours sleep. I might not have time to get a full course meal, but you know what? I got enough time to get 4 hours of sleep, a decent meal, intimacy from my wife. I'm good for 3 days. I don't need everything else. I need enough to keep me going until I can finally just sit down and relax. And I refuse to sit on the side until I can, or to do so knowing that, hey bro, I could have kept going. I could have pushed through a little bit more.
We can say that to ourselves, but for instance, like, damn, this man knows he been broke before. We all been there, man. We've all been there. But I want to say this. So you said basically, Dwayne, and you saying that I took some unnecessary whoopings out here. Every kid did, especially in the black family. Not every whooping we got, we deserve. I promise you that, bro.
I can call out 3 of them right now. I know I shouldn't have got.
But that's because your parents kept trying to go through, and they didn't. Listen, make time doesn't necessarily mean it requires a full 24, 48 hours. That ain't necessarily what it is. It depends on what you got going on, okay? Make for yourself is something as simple as, instead of taking a shower tonight, ladies, instead of taking a shower tonight, take a bath. Soak. Spoil yourself. Allow your muscles to relax and be rejuvenated. Allow yourself to get off your feet and rest. You know, just take a little bit of extra care to help you sleep better. See, like, I know what my week looks like. It's gonna be different from day to day, but for the most part, what I know when I say what it's gonna look like, I can sleep anywhere from 3 to 5 hours every night. That's me every night, 3 to 5. And of course, the job don't care that you're tired. The family don't care that you're tired. Of course, you still got to do what you got to do. Saturday, I don't have nothing going on early. My kids ain't involved in nothing. I don't have any early morning podcasts. I don't have a job that requires me to work weekends. So I say Saturday is my day to sleep in. I show myself some mercy on that. So I don't feel, because during the week,
I wish.
I'm about oversleep, and sometimes I'll beat the alarm up. You know what I'm saying? And I can't rest like that. So have yourself some kind of mercy. That's my mercy to myself. Because that's what allows me to rejuvenate my body, and then I can push forward the next week. My boy said, because of military, 3 to 5 hours is my normal. My boy also has PTSD, if I'm being honest. I've been out since 2016. Yes.
Well, see, I'm kind of the same way. It like with my job being on the road.
Boy, you so stupid.
For instance, I remember just telling people this, and they was like, man, I don't know how you did that. Driving from San Francisco back to Atlanta, 36-hour trip, I did it in 39 hours. I don't need 5, 6, 7 hours of sleep. No, I pulled over, got 3 hours of sleep in one place. Actually, I didn't even get a full 3 hours, but took a nap at a truck stop and then kept moving. Like I said, everybody knows their body. Everybody knows what they can and cannot take. So, I've said that tired and things of that nature are it's part of. I don't get tired and snap at my children or my wife because, number one, I understand that they have nothing to do my tiredness. Number two, it's the logical side of me that says, okay, I'm still dad. I'm still daddy. Actually, both ways, but I'm still daddy to my children. I'm still daddy to my children. I'm still to my, it is what it is. Like, I'm not, that last daddy or that crazy question. Because again, I tell anybody, if you got kids, y'all think twos is bad. The terrible twos, oh, that's bad. No. Because after 2, you get the question threes, and them damn threes will show you that you are not as smart as you think you are.
It's talking.
Because they get to asking questions that you be like, man, what? I don't know.
Well, why you don't know?
Me and my oldest have a standing deal that you don't ask me crazy questions. You pick up the phone and call Jazz, the person I know who is full of the most useless information known to man. Call her. She can answer whatever question you have, because Daddy can answer questions that will do something for you. If you want to know something that has nothing to do with nothing, your teacher Jazz got the answer to that.
Don't do Jazz.
Hey, I'm telling you, I'm gonna get my wife on Jeopardy. It's going down. Ross said, man, one time I was on 4 hours a day routine, work, gym, school. Then one day I took a nap. I ain't wake up in 14 hours.
And that's what happens, Ross. Like, straight up.
But that's what I'm saying. That's burnt out. And you're right, AJ. Burnt out creep up on you. It really does. See, like, even with what you saying there,
not even creep up on you.
thing is, I can handle it within my control. Life is like, just watch. Just run and throw in it and just throw it. That's gonna be the straw to really break the camel back.
Speaking of backs, like, that's what my body will do. If I keep trying to push through when my body is saying, hey, yo, rest, I wind up in the hospital for 2 weeks. My body be like, well, you don't want to rest? I'm gonna make you rest.
Years ago, my wife said that. I keep playing. Life gonna throw you a curveball. And you know what I said to her? Baby, I've been eating curveballs for lunch since I was 10 years old.
That it's still gonna hit you hard. It's
Hey, man.
crazy.
Derek, I'm be honest with you, boy. You playing with fire. Just being honest.
And been playing with since I was see this again. For those who don't, you got to remember you're talking to a person who literally sat in a doctor's office and had a doctor tell him, "Oh, you had a minor stroke. That's why your eye went black like that. That's why you couldn't see." Excuse me? Now I was 20. So I learned then the main thing for me to manage is not my tiredness, it's my stress. So I don't get stressed about a damn thing.
That's why I yell. I don't hold nothing.
Tired again. I'm tired.
Look, either way, we can go back and forth on this. We got a lot more show to get into. But real quick, before we even do anything else, let's take a back on BWNC Radio. It's I'm Will Podcast. Oh, that's Cole. This is DT. Stay with us, man. You gotta love this. Can anybody hear us? You hear us?
I hear you.
Just making sure. I don't know what's going on with the connection right now. We are back here on BWNC Radio. It's I Am Woe Podcast. It's Cole, DT, I Am Woe. And man, we got plenty more show to go. But before we do any of that, this episode will be re-airing 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on BWNC. But for real, by now, you should have the app and you should be telling other people about this. It's something happening here. There's something amazing happening. Support your people. Don't just talk about it. Be about it. Download the Black with No Chaser BWNC Radio. And to give a shout out to the media group. I Am Woe, man. We are busting our hump. For real. So Sundays, of course, you already know things get kicked off right here on I Am Woe Podcast. Sundays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's All Things Undone with Granny and Jayhawk. They holding it down over there, talking and discussing life after divorce or breakups in the adult realm, and I mean the 40+ realm. Tuesdays, Breaking Barrier Podcast with Mr. GC himself, what Courtney calls the unicorn, Drina Dream, and then Core Queen herself, Miss Didi Leggett. And then on Wednesdays, the Underground Sports Kings, where we are the land of the sports and culture collide. It's me, DT, Kales, and our boxing MMA guy, J.E., Mr. Jonathan Island. Thursdays, Dylan's Dive Bar, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Also Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Core Queen herself said, I'm going solo. Let's ride it out. Because she's going to be talking shit and getting fit. and that's Miss Dee Dee Leggett doing it, doing her thing and holding it down. And every month, she's up to once a month now. She talking by yours truly, Courtney Jefferson. Will be making a monthly appearance with the IMO Media Group. And I'm telling you right now, there are bigger things to come down the line. Are in preparation brand as well. So please support the movement. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Don't miss out on any of these shows. Now, back to business. Back to handling what we're doing. This one here, we're going to title this one, just be real with me. Just be real. Keep it a buck. Let's go. Grown up time.
Thank you for welcoming me upstairs.
Yeah, of course.
I had a really good time with you tonight.
Hopefully it's not too much, but I was wondering if I could come in.
I mean, this is our first date. I don't think it's a good idea.
I really had a good time though, and I just want to get to know you some more. Is that a crime?
Hey Siri, translate, I can't get to know you.
Yes, most certainly what he really means is he wants to be welcomed into your home and break your back. I don't mean the normal way. I mean break it in ways where you probably can't even walk anymore. Giving you a two-piece with a side of horse meat. In other words, excuse my French, he wants to beat that coochie out of the motherfucking frame.
Why didn't you just say that's what you wanted from the rib?
I mean, I could've. Don't get me
Sometimes you
wrong.
gotta drop your nuts and be a man. And get in here and beat these cheeks. You know I was gonna let you hit?
I didn't.
Well, I am. Now let's go.
Nice.
Go ahead, Cole. You
It's
Just
true.
be real. Courtney, I got to ask you. I mean, I know that was a skit, but I got to ask.
It's true.
Are women really ready for that kind of...
It's true. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. I will respect
It's
you.
true.
I will respect you if you tell me what you want and don't fuck with my feelings. I got a friend that is straight up like that. And he get more respect than any nigga will ever get from me because that is what he does. He's not a liar. Like, ain't no pretense. I could talk to this dude about anything. Like I say, be real with me. You can go far in life with me if you just honest. And that's what he's been with me since day one. Ain't never sugarcoat no shit. Now I do know he cares. I do know he cares.
so
But
was dude lying though?
what? Which dude?
In the skit, was that considered lying?
Like he wanted to get to know her? Yeah, he wanted to get to know her, but not the way he was talking about getting to know her. He wanted to get to know her vertically.
See, that's not.
Or I don't know, whatever way you want to do it.
That is not the point. But so he wasn't lying though.
But he wasn't being. This is what I say. Be transparent. If all you looking for is a fuck buddy or a sex partner, say that. Don't sit here and whine and dine no motherfucker and pretend like you want feelings. That is why women get mad at dudes. Now, this ain't gonna work for every woman. I'm sorry, for every girl, every female, because a real woman will be fine with it. Don't waste my time. Because time is something I can't get back. Now, granted, yeah, you can feed me every now and then. That's cool. But if this is what you really want, say that. Let's not catch feelings. Be all in this. I don't know how to act. No, tell me what you want from me. Tell me how you want me to act, and I will do accordingly. If I'm with it, I'm with it. If I'm not, I'm not. We ain't wasting each other's time. Simple. So fucking simple. But y'all swear to God that we are so complicated, but it's really that simple. It is.
Hello, is this thing on?
Am I coming in, Claire?
I know a lot of women like that.
I know a lot of them who say that. Here's the truth.
Well,
Every woman is not built like that.
I said that.
Truth is, a lot of women say they want that, but there are a lot of men who know the real truth. Sometimes you gotta manipulate a woman. You have to convince her to get out of her own way,
And then
because
who you want to be with.
that may be what she actually wanted, but she was too worried about being considered labeled a hoe. So in order for you to really you want, I am letting he didn't say I love you. He didn't say I could see myself with you long term. He didn't say none of that. He really did say I want to get to know you better.
But that's not
Let me say this in a nice
it is not how I go in real life.
I actually have. Now here's the thing: when I was reading, like I always paid attention to things in real time in my head. And as I'm reading, when she made her statement, I said she's trying to ease out of this because she doesn't want to be labeled as anything. I knew based on her response. When he had a rebuttal immediately, he said, "But we having a good time." So he trying to get some ass. I know that ain't hard to do, because if you are truly being a gentleman, you take that for what it is. When she makes it known, I don't want to catch the label here tonight. I don't want it to go down because it could like this. If you're really trying to be respectful to everything, you let it be. When he kept trying to ease in, I know what that is, but he don't want to make you feel bad about this decision. So let me help you. Let me manipulate you a little bit so you can still get what you want. Because she clearly turned around and said, "You knew I was gonna let you."
Y'all don't know shit. Niggas, they don't know shit.
Who don't?
Most dudes
done
are
that
certain
before?
women. What?
Had to manipulate a woman so she can still get what she wants.
I don't manipulate women. I manipulate situations.
Okay, the situation.
Hey, Cole, you can roll your eyes if you want to. I'm just
laughing when you the way you said it. Not women situations.
Right. I don't manipulate a woman. I manipulate the situation. Hell, I have to do that now. Married, I still have to manipulate the situation. Might not have to do it with my wife, but guess what? Might have to do it with them kids. Like, hey, y'all go. Yes, go watch Coco. Go watch the new Trolls. Go watch whatever. Mommy will make y'all something to eat real quick. Mommy ain't finna make y'all nothing to eat right now.
I'm finna have our own breakfast.
Right. She not finna make nothing to eat right now.
Oh my god.
Mommy finna she finna be breakfast in bed. She ain't finna make it. But y'all go watch Trolls.
We'll have you some food ready eventually.
Exactly.
But see, they're not gonna buy it if you say it like that. They're not. You have to. That's why I said, man, sometimes you have not. I get it. Be real, be transparent. I promise you, I get it. I do suggest that people are like that more often. But if
you just gotta know how to talk to who you talking to. Everybody's different. Every
they are, but you,
like,
you still have to.
I'm
gonna be honest with you, but at the same time, I can tell when you need a little mind fuck.
Like I said, I especially now, not manipulating a woman. I will manipulate a situation.
I ain't gonna lie to you. What you think foreplay is? You ain't ready, but I'm gonna get you there.
Sometimes you just gotta appease the people.
I agree with what Will said, man. It's people like that, but I do find that it's that is something that I think women have come across more. Is like a lot of stuff good, and you can when it first happens, you might be fine, but the second time it's fine.
Hey man,
but the more it goes, it's like coming over and hitting So you gonna call your Uber? After the third time of that, now it's like I deserve better. I never said you didn't. That was never up for discussion.
Set your rules before.
I mean, but that's the thing. For some things, because now it's a continuation in it that the rules are supposed to alter and change. But it's up front. We knew what it was. Why do you think the rules have to adjust? Because it's been a few times now.
Only time I feel like any should ever changes, what's the word? If say y'all have an agreement and it's more just when he want to do something, but when you want to get your rocks off or whatever, and he always like nah, then no, this ain't gonna work, because it got to be a two-way street. If I'm having a day where I need to get some stress relief, then nigga pull up, because when you want it, I pull up. You get what I'm saying? That's the only time I see, like, if it ain't fair, like it's some weird shit going on. Other than that, if the rule is we don't sleep over at each other's house, then we don't sleep over at each other's house. If the rule is we ain't kissing or we ain't going on dates, we ain't doing this, we ain't doing that, that's the rules, period. End of discussion. Like, this is what you agreed to, and if these no longer are what you want to agree to, all right, it was fun while it lasted. Bye.
Simple as that. It really is cut and dry. And it don't have to be, N-words ain't shit. These women is trash. It don't have to be.
We've run our course. That's it.
We've run our course. We've accomplished our goal. What's done is done. Wipe our hands of each other and we move on.
Sounds good.
Sounds
good. Sounds easy.
Sounds easy. Is the reality of it?
It ain't.
It ain't there. It ain't there.
Because people start throwing in extra little stuff in there with the, oh, I got you something to eat, or oh, you could spend the night, or you trying to, well, why you ain't free this day? Nah, homie, that ain't no. If we said Tuesdays is what we doing on Tuesdays, cool. Unless I tell you something came up, see you on Tuesday.
I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro. We just need to just be honest with each other and just truly say what we feel.
Would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and
y'all, that is a man of God. Y'all leave that dude alone.
Y'all are
I can't bring you nothing to eat, Cole. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm talking about like when they be like, oh, I go, let's go do this, let's go do. No, we fucking. We're not.
Why can't we go get something to eat? I'm hungry. I would like to make sure I am.
Like they say, eat before you come. Unless you want to eat, I got something for you. That's what you gonna eat tonight.
Why can't we go get something to eat first?
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Why we can't
go grab something to eat?
We can't go hit Waffle House.
No.
Damn.
You.
If we go, then you pay for you, I pay for me. We ain't no.
That's fine. I just want to get something to eat.
You should have ate before you You should have ate before you brought your ass over there, or brought your food with you and pack your lunch so you could eat during the breaks. Shit.
That's rude. I can't bring food. You can't just be bringing food to people's house and eat in front of them. That's not right.
Shit, me.
I'm gonna start give me a 10-piece lemon pepper wet. You want something to eat?
I'll punch you in your throat. You come to my house with some goddamn chicken wings, but that's different, Derek. That's you.
I can't just hit you like, hey, I've been grab. I know it's our standing appointment, but day man, I ain't get lunch or whatever, and
that's fine. But so you say you don't bring it to the house? Cool, whatever.
I want no BDRs, man. So I'm gonna grab something to eat. Do you want something to eat too?
All right, I'll cash out.
We can't, hey, dudes can't have too many BDRs.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
I'm talking about the going out on a date. Like we're not going. We not public.
Ain't nobody said today.
We said dressed up.
We said put your little Uggs on and your sweatpants. Come on, let's go to Waffle House real quick.
You ain't even got to take your bonnet off. Come on.
At all.
I don't wear no goddamn bonnet.
See though. See, that's when things can begin to take a turn. That female may read more into that than just
Shit.
grabbing something to eat.
Or,
That's what I said.
or if as a chick you do something for this dude, say like you bring him something, say it's his birthday, and be like, oh, here's your birthday. Maybe you just the type of motherfucker that like to give gifts. This nigga's like, oh man, she like me more than what the fuck I think. You know what I'm saying? So they start thinking. So it's just, it's
Most time, anytime niggas start thinking it's gonna be bad. What? I'm being serious.
He's being honest.
They start.
I've been told that, you know, you do too much or whatever. But my thing is, I'm genuinely, that's why I said I've learned, tell me what you want, tell me how I'm supposed to feel, and I will act accordingly. If I agree with it, then yes. If I don't, peace. But my whole thing is, me, I'm just a natural, like naturally I like to give or tend to be like, you know, tend to people. So that's just me. So if it's your birthday and I'm, you know, because niggas pillow talk, even though y'all don't think y'all do with your little situationships, just your pillow talk.
Blue 88, Blue 88, Omaha.
See,
Omaha. Listen,
when I know how I'm supposed to act, I act accordingly. I don't do nothing outside that box. It is what it is.
Allow me to do this real quick, people. I'm going to slide in here and run an audible real quick.
Oh, here he
goes. Because now,
no,
we need to know what it means.
No.
When I say, make them work for it. And at that, here we go. I ain't even do all that. When I say make them work for it, it's really this simple. Giving anybody anything that they have not earned. Okay. And what I mean by giving anything, my time, my attention, my affection, my efforts, I'm not giving any of that to anyone who has not earned anything. So we can have standard meetups and this and that, but if you have not put up the extra effort, ladies, free game, okay? If he says you're a priority but doesn't show you're a priority, go with the actions. When I say priority, we know there's 24 hours in a day. The average adult is going to get at least 6 hours of sleep. Average. So that leaves 18 hours in a day. I just need you to find 5 minutes in a day to call, text something, to ask how I'm doing. How was my day? Say you was thinking about. This is what you should expect, ladies. If a man say, he putting that pursuit on you. If he doesn't make it his intention, if he doesn't show forth that type of energy, if he doesn't even pick up a phone call and say, hey, I know I ain't really had a chance to talk to you much. Look, I got a small window. I haven't eaten today. I would like to share a meal with you. Can I come through and bring you some food? And we'll sit down and talk and catch up for a moment. I ain't got but a small window, but I want to spend it with you. This is work. This is work. It might seem simple what I'm talking about, but there is a purpose behind these moments, these movements, these actions, because they validate, I care about you. I want to get to know you better. I want us to become something special. Those words are empty until the actions support it. Any questions from anybody in the comments? Courtney, do you have any questions?
Fuck y'all.
I'm just asking a general question.
No, I'm not question. I just don't feel like everybody is actually the same. Like that's the weird part. You know, certain people don't communicate the same or show the same. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
No.
You're right. They don't. Because what I just said is actually bare minimum. Some
Yeah.
people do it more. They
So I don't know.
do it more. They show more. Because if I'm really after you, you went for me multiple times throughout a day. Like it could be little stuff. Heard this song, thought about you. Send it to her.
Well, guess I ain't never had nobody for real really rocking with me because I don't know.
Kim, I feel you.
Yeah.
Rules of engagement.
I've had that happen, like where rules were set and then he started breaking them. And I'm like, why are you breaking these rules? But you still don't want no more than that. But it is what it is.
Yeah, that's those men that want to be chased.
What do you mean? Okay. I'm sorry. When you say breaking rules, like what do you mean breaking rules?
Like she was
Because-
saying, he started asking why you ain't call me, why you ain't do this. Oh, you should. If the rule is we don't spend the night at each other's house, we don't do this. Afterwards, if you at my house, you leave. If I'm at your house, you leave. If it's like, oh, just lay with me a little bit longer. Nah, if we not about to do round 2 or something like that, nah, we going home. Get what I'm saying?
All right,
It's
so, okay,
little stuff like that.
I got a question because I feel like there are exceptions to all rules. There are exceptions. You at this dude's house, y'all been drinking.
Okay,
You
that's
probably drunk maybe a little bit more than you should have. Maybe he was not able to sweat that all out of you. Hey, you've been drinking. I don't think you should ride home. You know you live in Smyrna, and you know Cobb County Police is some hoes. So I think maybe because you might have to go down South Cobb or you might have to go down Windy Hill Road. That's like damn near the lynch mob. I think you should chill out here tonight. I ain't saying you gotta sleep with me. You sleep in my bed, I sleep on the couch, or you sleep on the couch, or you sleep on the floor, however you want to do it. But I don't think it's a good idea for you to drive home.
I mean that's what I'm
I'm just trying to make sure that, for lack of a better term, my pussy don't get locked up. Because what you can't do is call me to bail you out. That's not gonna happen.
But that's what I'm saying. That is not like that. That's different. That's somebody's life.
That's
but
what,
I'm talking
that's what I
about
mean.
you
So
just.
when I say you,
But that's not what we mean.
They
When we say
breaking
rules
rules.
broken.
Rules.
I mean,
But
get
when
what
we,
you said,
but
but-
when, I get what you're saying, but that's not what we said. The rule was when he was like, "Nah, just just cuddle with me," or let you trying to just stay. Ain't nobody drunk, ain't nobody nothing. You trying to extend past whatever we were doing, and you wanna sit there and talk about your feelings. That wasn't in it.
All right.
Get what I'm
I
saying?
was gonna say maybe the cuddle helped. Like he might be one. Who's like to feel titties on his back and it get excited, so we can go for round 2 after that. I don't know. I'm just saying, but
you're trying to help, but
you talking about
you're trying
like,
to help.
You're not talking about
You're
feelings.
trying to help, but it's or just giving so much access to parts of your life that you didn't want this person to have because you said this was all it was. But then you catching feelings because you like what she got between her legs and you know who she is outside of what y'all are, but y'all don't, you know what I'm saying? So you want that, but you don't want to commit to it. So you trying to string along.
But I feel you, Cole.
I was just simply curious about the whole, changing the rules, or whatever. I'm like,
no, we're talking about
don't,
where you
don't that
we're not
depend?
kissing in the mouth. We're not saying pet names and shit. That's what the fuck we mean. And then all of a sudden you calling me babe, honey, like you trying to kiss me. Nah, nigga, don't kiss me in my mouth. If this is this some whole shit, we ain't kissing. I don't know where you fucking mouth. Listen, chill. Like chill.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm just saying that was a rule. I'm just
saying. Kissing on the other. You can't tell.
No, but I'm just saying that was a rule. I'm just trying to give y'all examples when motherfuckers start changing shit, or they be trying to do trying to make love instead of just having sex. Like you setting the mood, got candles and motherfucking rose petals. No, that's not what this is. I'm just saying. Those are the type of thing. Don't wine and dine me type shit. Don't have like, let's watch your favorite movie. Nah, homie, that's not what we here for. Like, come
I
on.
get it, and that's why I'm gonna respect it simply because I believe that's where today's dating culture has created a gray area. They don't even know what dating is anymore because hooking up and dating now all looks the same. They don't understand that dating requires a certain level of extra effort, and hooking up doesn't.
We're a generation of Netflix and chill. What the fuck? No, we don't know what it is at all.
40 plus does. But anyway, no kissing, no holding hand. I'm beating and I'm gone. That's the rules of engagement. Cool. Keep it that way. But anyway, listen, we just talked about just be real with me. But here's the new topic, though. But first, you got to be real with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
They say it's like no qualified men or why do these one thing that I'll be peeping that be common is be having a resume full of bad relationships. Like ain't held the right down yet. And so what that tells me is your ability to choose is already sketchy, to say the least. So whatever grading system you got over there, you keep passing failing students. So I don't even think I need to fuck around over there for real. Like, you ain't got one good one in your resume for real? You mean your whole little relationship career, like all of it bad, bro? Because it gotta be a situation like that to where you don't have enough good to blanket all of somebody. You feel me? Like, bro, you really have to look at what has happened. And it's not to say that people didn't do you wrong, but you have to look at what's happened to you if you've been corrupted to the point that you have a bias that blankets all of the people that you claim you still want to attract.
Ross say, oh, the guy with the glasses. Yes, Trip Fontaine, man. Trip is the Trip for real. Like, he gonna always keep it thorough. I think out of everybody on that panel, his opinion is always gonna be the one I respect more than just about anybody.
That chick Keita, not Keita, but Kitty.
Yeah, I do like Kitty.
Yeah,
Trip has a sense where everybody in the room has to be quiet to listen.
I'm telling you, that he's not gonna make his ass sexy.
That's
he might
a
need
way
to
of
get a couple.
commanding. Notice he never has to tell anybody to be quiet. Notice that.
Because they want to hear what he got to say. That shit.
That's commanding respect, not demanding. Commanding respect.
That
so
shit
yeah,
sick. I shut up every time he talk.
You know what? We see where you're going with this.
I'm just saying. That's the type of dude. That's what I'm saying. If you can tell me what to do, tell me what to do. And then you can tell me what to do. And then
anyway, man, new topic.
Tell you what to do.
First, you got to be real with yourself. So we've seen many different posts from many different women and men who say these women ain't shit, these men ain't shit, these women is hoes,
people ain't shit,
niggas ain't shit, and look at her. You got somebody who's second your emotion on that one.
Thank you, Kim.
But anyway, man, but they say all of that, and it's almost like you never hear. So you ain't never had no good experiences with the opposite sex. You don't have anybody on your resume that, yeah, it actually was a good thing, but we just kind of ended due to difference of opinions or timing just wasn't right. Like, it didn't have effed up way. Like, it just, everything was bad.
No.
People understand that if every relationship was bad, it's not necessarily a reflection of the person that you've been dating. Sometimes you got to check yourself. Because who's the man going after these women? How are these women getting in your life? How are they your time? Oh, because you giving it to him. You made the choice. How is this man able to waste your time that you had, or make it seem like he's not, or he was able to manipulate and lie. How are they always able to do those things? Because you gave them the access and the lead way to do such a thing. It's time to be real with ourselves.
Yep.
Own our shit. Because like he also said earlier, you can complain about the piss in the pool, but if you in there too,
hey, little pissy.
yeah. Now I gotta pass the buck real quick to my counterpart here. See that it's just like I got on Facebook. Yeah, it's all over social media. Everybody loves to blast out how bad the people that they have dated have been. The people who used to be with have been. The people of the opposite sex have been. These niggas ain't shit. These niggas don't do this, that. They love to blast that. These women ain't nothing but hoes. These hoes ain't nothing but this, that. What about you? Cole, tell me what you think, man. Since Derek refuses to cooperate.
Well, I do feel like there are some ain't shit people out there in the world. Like, point blank. There's just people that really literally do the things they do to manipulate, and they're drawn to people that they see that something that person has they want, and so they put on that facade. And granted, sometimes you can block that, and sometimes they that good. You know, that's like with scams nowadays. You know what I'm saying? There's so many out there, you just don't know who to trust no more. So my whole thing is like, I'll be honest with myself. I don't trust myself out here to pick no fucking body. I don't, because
Man, that's an honest ass statement.
As soon as I start seeing you for who you are, it gets changed around with, oh, you think you better, this, and this, you wasting my time, this, and this. And no, I'm not wasting your time. I realize we don't align. So let's keep it pushing. But, you know, I'm very good with the cutoff. And I'm teaching myself how to not take everything so personally. Some people just fucked up, and you probably just get caught up in the web of scams and you push on. But that's why I say, when people be like, so what about your past relationships? What about them? They in the past. Leave them now. What happened in the past has nothing to do with what I'm trying to work on right now.
Shannon says, so bad. Maybe it's time to turn the mirror around and face yourself. That's the problem, Shannon. People don't want to be in the mirror. Mm-hmm. A lot of people would rather avoid every possible opportunity to get in the mirror and what we call it, TI versus TIP moment.
I'm okay.
Sometimes you got to get in the mirror and give yourself a straightening. How many people are real enough to do that?
That's why I'm single.
But it's
I don't trust you.
You have men who go out and they try to manipulate a lot of scenarios and manipulate a lot of women, and this woman ain't this and this woman ain't that. And it seems like every time you hear him complain about a woman, it's the same story you said about the last woman. And the woman before that. And the woman before that. They all ain't got the same issue, do they? All of them? Just like my baby mama, just like the lad girl and the lad girl.
And everything they got in common is your ass.
That's they just alike. Who choosing them? Hold on, did she just simplify what I just said? Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Then on the other hand, you know, these men, all they care about is work. They don't ever make time for this, and that. And then they don't ever make time for me. They don't ever pick up the phone and ask out. They don't ever, who choosing the men?
Hi, Marshall.
Who's doing that? Is he ready now? At that point, you gotta ask yourself, is it me? That's the real shit, but that's what I'm saying, Earl. Ain't nobody ready to do that.
But you know, the thing is,
people afraid of the truth.
It's not even, well, I can't talk for other people, but sometimes it's just like, when, like you were saying, she ain't this, she ain't that, whoever, whatever. But at the end of the day, guess what? the common denominator in all these women or all these men is you.
Yep.
So
And has to go that way. Listen, we consider Michael Jordan one of the greatest players ever.
hey, Marshall.
Owner of NBA team. And then it seemed like everything he touched failed. And at some point in time, you have to go back and you got to say, no, he the greatest player of all time. But as an owner, everybody he picked bad. Like, is it really that he just making bad? Oh, it's really him. He's the one making the bad choices.
Or choosing to
He's
stay
making,
in
like,
the
you
bad
can't go to
situation.
that every single person and say, well, if they had just done this and this, then it wouldn't have gone that bad. Jordan picked them. You got to call it for what it is. No matter how harsh of a reality it is, truth is truth.
Yeah. But you know, I think sometimes people are afraid. I'm not afraid to talk to my exes and be like, well, what went wrong? Why did you like, so if it was in a situation where they cheated on me, why? What was going on with that I wasn't fulfilling for you that made you feel like you needed to step out of our relationship? I'm not afraid to ask those questions. I talk to my exes all the time and be like, because I can't fix what is broken if I don't know what was broken. If it was just like, I'm done. Nah, like tell me what made you unhappy. Because I'm not afraid to tell them what they were lacking. So tell me what I was lacking. So my next person and me could be good.
That's real right there. I like that because some people not ready for the truth on that answer. Because you know, truth is sometimes you'll get a person to tell you, well, your freak flag wasn't flying high enough. You know what I mean? Like, we were limited sexually. You had a lot of no's that just didn't really work for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had great chemistry, but if sexually every time I wanted to try something and do something with you, it was I don't do that. I don't do this.
And then her response should have been, well, babe, can we try it a different way? Instead of saying no, be like, the way you're explaining it to me, it scares me. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Like, girl, I want to tie you up, put you in plastic and leave out the room for 5 hours. Like, wait, break it down. What do you mean? Why would you leave out the room? Like, you get what I'm saying? So it might be sometimes it's just the communication, and that might be why she's saying no. But she ain't gonna know that because he just be like, well, you didn't want to be freaky. You didn't want to be freaky with me. Well, why didn't you want to be freaky? Why didn't you want to do these things? Explain to me why this is so hard for you to wrap your head around. And then she would tell me.
Wait. Are you ready, sir? Yeah. You ready?
Okay. All right.
We're gonna get him to participate.
Why you say get me to participate? I just didn't want to start. I had to hear what other people had.
And Ross, I agree, man. I definitely agree with that.
What's like gaining?
Ross said just like gaining weight. Nobody forced you to eat them burgers. No, you picked the food and you ate it, and that's why you big now. Like,
all right, so
it is really that.
For some, Courtney, you right about the fact that yeah, it's a lot of ain't shit people out here. Most definitely is. However, most people who ain't shit are really ain't shit because of the fact, and kind of going back to the first video, like they just ain't dealt with whatever has happened to them. Exactly. They're probably good people.
They're just in a shitty moment.
Nothing, not even they're in a shitty moment, they're in a life until something halts that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I have said to I can't say multiple women, only a few women because I ain't got no women friends like that. But I've said a few women that the way guys operate is once something bad happens to them, they in fuck the world mode until there's something that slows them up or just makes them stop. That's for a good 90% of men. 90% of men are good dudes. Now, the question is, you one of them people who do happen to keep running across, you know, that other 5 to 10% that ain't shit. In the words of Cat Williams, you need to find out what it is about your pussy that keep attracting ain't shit niggas. And it's really just that simple.
Cookies be good.
Because I mean, I I do think, you have a few guys. It ain't a lot of them. You got a few guys who are, you know, good enough to manipulate you for a extended period of time.
It's not a lot of them.
It really ain't a lot of them.
There's some good.
That's what we call master
performers out
manipulators, and it honestly is not a lot of them.
Like
Yeah.
I swear it ain't. There are a few. I know a few.
But you're not going to give me
Well,
the
so
credit
do
that
I.
shit don't deserve. We don't deserve that shit. We are not good enough to do that like that as a whole.
But there are some
Now,
that practice that damn trade.
I'm gonna have to go back to something you said though, Cole. You said, you know, people ask you about your past relationships. You say, "What about them?" It's in the past. Ain't got nothing to do with, you know, current or future. Incorrect. Has everything to do with current or future. Because if you ain't learned from the past, then you are doomed to repeat the same bullshit.
There's a leak
Ain't
in
no
this
two ways
old
around it.
building.
And that's true. But my thing is, if I go back and question what was wrong, I don't need to come to you if me and you together and dredge up what happened in the past of something else, because there are a lot of people that use your past to say, I would never do that to you. And like they say, the motherfucker will remix that shit and do it exactly, but do it a little bit better. They just know, well, maybe month 3 instead of month 2,
Pause.
I'll do this to her.
Pause. That's where I don't agree with that part. Here's why. Because if you don't go back and talk to the other party, because I just saw my guy literally, I literally just told my ex the other day, we should talk about what happened, not to get back together, but to get a sense of understanding from each other. And I like to use the word understanding. Here's the reason why I say that. Because the conversation that you have about what it could have possibly have been on your part is purely assuming this is what it could be. You'll never get the definite answer until you talk to the other party.
Yeah.
If you're in search of the definite answer, you should involve the source.
Get it from the horse's
I
mouth.
don't understand how one can be okay with going back to exes and asking them with what they say, but can't ask a person that is directly in front of them, what the fuck is this relationship? I digress. That is neither here nor there.
And
but,
I know
Shots is
but,
fired.
hey,
And it's on. Popping.
Throw a rock in the pack of dogs. So when the hollers and when you hit, I didn't relax.
I don't give a fuck. Listen, we being real. Yeah, I'm a fucking punk when it comes to asking something, but I'm not afraid because I know the other person already. I know it's nothing. I'm not afraid of hearing what the fuck you got to say about something that happened in the past, so I can make my life better today. I'm cool with that, but new shit.
All of that is still based on you can go back and ask anybody anything. If you're not willing to
change,
do two things, two very, very important things. It don't mean shit. You have to acknowledge and accept. Acknowledge what's being said to you and accept it for what it is. If you cannot do that, it's a wasted conversation.
Yep.
Period.
It's just
no
like
two ways around it.
For who they are too. And
so what?
And that's sometimes accepting a person for who they are and who they show you they are, and just keep it moving. Yeah. It's a process. It really is a process. It's a lot to look within yourself and be like, God damn, I did do that. I might need to work on that, and then you put forth the effort to work on it. And I've put in a lot of work on myself. That's why I said I know what I want now, but it's still scary out here. Well, because the new healed me still got a little bit of I'll fuck you up.
Let's do this. We got one more to get into. For time's sake, I'm gonna say one more. And it's gonna put a pretty bow on everything. This one we're gonna get into. We're gonna call this one discernment. Okay. The spirit of discernment. This is vital not just in your relationships, but this is vital
Mm.
in your everyday life experiences. In order to see things for what they are, see people for who they are. The spirit of discernment is vital. Okay. So let's get into a little bit of that real quick. Hold on before we do that. Some just can't accept things because they believe the story they create. Man, that's called he fool himself. That's what that's called.
That's a
He
big
fool
one.
himself. She fool sheself.
Yeah.
And you believe your own lie. That's because it's more convenient to do that. But anyway,
You got to get more people
spirit
to
of
believe.
discernment. Let's get into
This
it.
is a harsh truth nobody want to hear. There will always be people that will pretend to be something just to get something they want from you. And listen, sometimes gonna get you, and they gonna get you, and you're gonna be like, damn, you got me. And you know what? It's gonna suck, but you're gonna be like, man, you got me. I'm not gonna with you no more.
Yeah.
The problem is when people show us who they truly are and they stop pretending, we start staying and trying to change them into a person they wasn't in the first place. Y'all be like, hey man, put that mask back on. I liked you better that way. You know that man is not who he presented, but you want that old thing back so much you're gonna try to get it. So here's the thing. Yes, people gonna waste your time and it sucks. But don't waste your own time by not believing them when they tell you I'm wasting your time.
Okay.
All right?
Amen.
That will be our final clip from tonight's conversation. That will be one ace metaphor. I'm not a big fan of his, but even a broken clock is right
2 times a day.
There you go. And he was spot on with that. And so this is why I say I involve the spirit of discernment with that. Sometimes people are going to show you who they are.
Got names for
Okay.
them.
You have to see things for what they are. See people for who they are. And then on top of that, be able to allow your spiritual being to have some input in what you're witnessing here. But notice I said the word spiritual. That still requires you to have your connection to the higher power. If you ain't maintained that, your spirit of discernment will be off.
That's a damn relationship everybody need to work on.
For real. But we got to be able to make better decisions. Again, this all ties into everything we've discussed so far. And treat them how they treat you. Might not even do that. I'm be honest with you. Let nobody outside of my character, but I do know how to cut it off. I'm done. But we got to do a better job of reading people, not for who we want them to be or to be in a situation that we would like to be in. See people for who they are, the intentions they have, what they are willing to give and show in those moments. Because notice when you first meet people, everybody has something to hide. It's not always something that they're ashamed of. It's I just can't give you it all at one time.
Amen.
But the people who have that they're ashamed of, you're going to notice that what they give you isn't much. And they're going to use every trick in the book, every distraction possible to get you to steer away from the obvious and which can be seen about them. If your spirit of discernment is strong, they're going to try those things. You got to be able to recognize that for what it is. But again, I still say the word spirit and spiritual because it still ties into you. It still ties into what is your connection like with the Most High? Are you spiritually in tune with the Most High in order to be able to see things for what they are and hear things for what they are? So you don't get caught up in wasting your time or anybody else's time, like he said,
Mhm.
you know, so you don't they wasted your time. Sometimes you can waste your own time. You see things like you said, put your mask back on, I liked you better that way. For what? That ain't the real person. You see this, right?
Put this on because it's this costume you gonna wear it all year, motherfucker. I'm just like,
You,
we're gonna glue that damn mask on.
why even waste the time? What is it that you again, that kind of goes into what he was saying earlier about fooling yourself. Why are you trying to fool yourself and convince yourself that this person is somebody that they're not?
The question should be, why are they fooling themselves into pretending to be something they know the fuck they know?
I ain't gotta ask that question.
Themselves.
Especially if I can see you, but they're not fooling nobody.
They're not fooling themselves. They're playing a role. That's what actors do. They play a role.
But why are you playing the game with them?
And if I gotta play this role to get the job I want, which is to get you to where I want you to be, guess what? 24/7. What's happening?
Oh. That's why I think females have nicknames for people. Like when they talk to their homegirls, I'll be like, "Yeah, girl, you know the illustrator just called me. I don't know what the fuck he want."
Yeah, that's a real one right there. Make sure you know the difference between the real person and the representative. Your spirit of discernment will tell you who's who.
Okay, here we go.
Now let's do it. Here you go.
Hang up. See if you get somebody else.
A lot of y'all don't have a spirit of discernment. Reason why you ain't got a spirit of discernment is because you done spent 40 years of your life praying. They meditated a day in your life. Don't know what God sound like if he came down and spoke in your face. That's therein lies your problem. I have told people on a number of occasions, prayer is to talk to God. Meditation is to hear from God. Two things that I found out once I transferred from religion to spirituality is one, the most of the time when I hear from God, it was always in my car. Turn to God. You will be surprised when you ride in silence, that 20-30 minutes to your job, just ride in silence. And you will be surprised the things that you start hearing, the voices that will come to you.
Yep.
The second thing is, again, realizing that if all I'm doing is praying, then I'm never actually hearing from God. All I'm ever doing is running my mouth, which is the problem in most of y'all relationships. Stop running your mouth and actually try to listen.
That's why he give you 2 ears.
The same way with God. If all I'm ever doing is God, I need, God, I want, God, can you shut up? I've been trying to talk to you for the last 20 years, and you won't shut your mouth. Please shut up. Because I've been trying to tell you that this fool you've been dealing with ain't good for you. I never sent him in the first place. But you better realize that just as quickly as we think the Most High will bless us, the devil will bless you too, man.
Man,
there are good things that come from the evil side as well.
Man, pause right there, because I gotta make this known. When you pray, it's an open-ended discussion. I know it's in private to you, but it's still an open-ended discussion for the other end of the spiritual realm to hear your prayers and say, that's all you want. I can do that. That's easy. I have been there. I said, God, if this is really within your will, you'll show me this. You'll show me that. You'll make that happen. I never not once said, I need to hear from you. Realizing if I'm talking to the one true living God, he will speak to me. And so a lot of things fell into place, and I believe that's, this is really God's way of saying, this is worth happening. This is really in his will. Lying. I lied to myself, and I bought into it because it was what I wanted. Not realizing that, you can be set up for a trap. Because all you asking for is this little simple thing that really anybody can provide.
Said is the key component to that. A lot of us go to speak to the Most High with what we want already in mind. So as soon as we that we think, oh, okay, well, it came from him. No. It just so happened that what you wanted came about. It didn't come from me. Again, been trying to tell you this, but between you running your mouth and the music that you listening to, and you always got to watch TV, and always something around you. There's always some type of outside noise. There is no way, other than when you sleep, for the Most High to talk to you. It just ain't. You don't leave room for it. Most of us ain't sat in our house for 30 minutes doing nothing, just literally sitting there. No outside noise, no nothing. And yeah, I understand those of us who got kids or whatever. I'm right. You have children, but guess what? You have a drive to work.
I want you to address something real quick, because Ross, he's having a serious question right here. He wanted to know what his guys sound like. But at the same, this part. So a secret, quiet place. When you say meditate, it would be an ideal place to go and be one-on-one with God, to have your quiet space.
A lot of that. Well, let's address the first thing. What does God sound like? God speaks to you in the most familiar voices that you know of.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, what's the most familiar voice that you know?
Your own.
It's you. It's you. You know when you have not thought something. You know when something has popped into your mind that had nothing to do with what you were thinking, anything that you were actually trying to put together. They literally come in. It's like mine have happened in spurts. Like literally, again, driving to work and a complete thought. It might be the answer to a question that I had a week ago. We all know subconsciously you have forgot that question, but that answer came, and if you're not paying attention, you just lost the answer. So he will the Most High will speak to you in voices that are familiar, your voice. If you have a person truly love, you very well might hear in their voice. I know I've had it come in my grandmother's voice on my father's side, who I vaguely remember, but I remember her voice. So there are multiple ways, but it's always going to be something that is as familiar to you as breathing. Now, second part to that question, where is a good place?
Everywhere.
You can go to a closet. Yep. Go to a place. I say go to a place where you don't feel the stresses of the clutter, where you don't feel any distractions, a place where you can be one with yourself. A great place to go if you have it. If you have a yard, walk in your yard barefoot,
grounding,
and sit. Walk in your yard barefooted. Walk around your yard. Now, when you walk around your yard, one of the first things, and do this all the time, you bless your yard. Most High asks that the ground that I walk on become holy ground that only me and you are able to enter on. Right then, you set the president that nothing is allowed to come in this space other than who you need in this space. You ask for the Most High to come in. Most High, you are welcome. You are welcome in this space. I ask that you come in this space and that you speak to me.
That's the
You
biggest thing. The request to hear from him.
You
Yep.
have to find the ways to block out all other noise and allow what it is that you want to allow. The most important thing about meditating that I think some people do not understand is the Most High is not going to sit here and give you give the answers that you want and answer everything, every question that you've ever had, and
do all the work for you.
Right.
Yeah. And the thing is,
that's not going to happen.
He speaks to you how you know. Like for me, I see signs like in certain ways, like things in threes have always been like a big thing for me. So when I see something of repetition exactly like in threes, I'll be like, okay, because sometimes you don't have those quiet spaces, and he'll get to you how he know he can. So if it's through music, like say you listen to music, all of a sudden a song that you would never actually listen to pops up. He's talking to you. He's trying to get to you in the best way he know how, because that's what Randy will tell you. God will come meet you where you at. If you can't get to him, he's gonna come meet you where you at. And he'll speak your language. He'll speak what is normal to you. So it could be art, it could be a person like Derek said, or it could be in the way that your love language is. You know what I'm saying? He knows you because he created you.
Or it could be this show, because
That's true.
We still have a human factor to us.
Yeah.
So I say this because I really want all of y'all to understand this. It is mostly geared towards Black women. Every person has a human factor. There are times, and I've experienced, I've been part of this myself. There are times where God uses people, random people, to talk to you, because in the reason it's their mission to carry out. Again, I've been part of that myself, being on the new spirituality, where God basically, the Most High basically said, okay, that's where you at now. Let's see.
He'll put you in a situation too.
Has a human part to them, and that human part to them says that she looked mean. I don't want to talk to her. I don't. I get it, man. Everything ain't always peaches and cream. I understand that. But when you approachable for whatever reason, if your face says, do not talk to me, you have no idea what you could be missing out on.
Yep. I want to answer that here. He said, I also heard God would lay you down and make you be still for a while to talk to you.
Happened twice.
That ties into what we talked about earlier.
Yep.
Remember when I said the whole burnt out thing? That is what I mean by that. Because we'll of our own will in our own way, trying to make stuff happen, trying to force stuff to happen. And God is like, I have the answers for you, but you won't be still. I'm trying to equip you with the tools you need. I'm trying to give you the resources you need, put the right people around you, but you won't be still. So since you won't be still, I'm gonna make you be still.
Yep.
And you're not gonna like when he sits you down.
Yeah, because it's a lesson in itself. It'll show you who's there. It'll show you who he's trying to weed out, those people that you be like, oh, they got me. They always gonna have me. When you least expect it, when God give you that test, baby, just know ain't no cheat sheet.
Listen, I'm gonna see who's there. I'm gonna do it as quick as possible. 2007, before I actually turned 21. Y'all, it was February. You heard me say when I was 20, I had a minor stroke. When I went to the doctor's office, I went to the eye doctor telling them what happened, and that's what he. Here's the thing: the minor stroke actually occurred while I was at church. I spent months, and I remember telling my brother this. My brother kept telling me, like, bro, you working a lot, man. You need to relax. I'm getting to the money, bro. I'm getting to the money. I neglected everything and everybody that was around me because I'm getting to the money. When, like I said, when that happened, I got sick first. I had the minor stroke while I was sitting in church. I go to the doctor's office. He told me what happened. The next day, that Tuesday, I go to the job I was at. I got fired.
He'll sit you down. But I'm serious. We have experiences. We have conversations here, and I promise you, if you ever have any questions about anything, you can always hit us up here. I Am Woe Podcast on IG, Facebook, YouTube. Holla at us. The email at IamWoeMediaGroup@gmail.com. Holla at me for real. We'll get it where it needs to go. But on that note,
yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap it up, B.
It's time to wrap it up. We thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Any last words, Cole?
Tuesday is my best friend's birthday, so everybody make sure you go to Dylan's Dive Bar and you tell her happy birthday on Tuesday. And we about to party like we did last year. Hopefully we make it through.
That's a blessing right there. Shout out to my girl Lane Dillon. You know what I'm saying? Definitely doing an amazing work over there at Dylan's Dive Bar. DT, last words.
Real quick, man. I want to give a happy birthday shout out to one of the most I know, my Aunt Brenda. Happy birthday, Auntie.
Shout out.
I hope that you have had a great day.
Blessings on top of that, man. We'll be back not next Sunday
because Super Bowl
Sunday, but I will go ahead and do this. You said a beautiful soul, and I got to give a beautiful soul because that actually will be her birthday, her 96th. It's our grandmother, Rosalie Dillon. God, we love you more than words, beyond words, far beyond words. Thank you to all praise to the Most High for blessing us with you, and continue to be here for us, man. But anyway, it's going down. Appreciate everybody for tuning in and showing love. That's Cole. That's DT. I'm Woe. That's Earl saying bang, bang, Niner gang. Like I said, next Sunday, we are off. Enjoy your Super Bowl. Eat all your good food. Drink all your drinks with your people and enjoy your time, man. Peace to the God, man.
Screw it up there, everybody, Shanahan.
We out.